Okay, look, we're back. Where we last left off, we had the option to do another quest, but I'm not doing anything else combat-wise until I get my next ally, so I'm gonna put that quest on hold.
Amazing.
So, let's talk about some things going on in the video game industry. Yeah. So let's talk about some things going on in the video game industry, right? So, it has been announced that the Stellar Blade did so well for the dev team that every employee, all 311 of his employees, are all getting a $3,400 bonus as well as a free PS5 Pro. And I'm just like, good. I love to hear it. Anytime I hear that the devs of games are getting properly compensated plus extra, amazing, fantastic, hell fucking yes.
What is it? All right then.
So, is there any other quests I can go do? Or is it really just burning time until... Yeah, just burning time, really. Can't raise up courage. Tolerance. Where do I raise up tolerance at? Right outside.
Stay there.
What is it? Oh, I am
So,
grateful.
we meet.
What do you think?
Yep.
I see. Long ago,
God's messengers ruled over existence. When they perished, they conferred a holy relic onto the world. This holy relic exists to this day and has been passed down from generations within our tribe as a divine object that represents God himself. We believe that only they who wield the divine relic, the instrument of God, can truly receive the authentic teachings. One of our teachings tells us to devote our entire being to what we most hold dear. Even now, it's the core tenet of our priestess. Our priestess strives to embody.
all right. Pleased to hear it.
I believe I've told you all I can, but we must try to live all over, hiding out in various places. If you're interested, you might try letting an ear to those who are starry.
All right then.
So, do I have more that I can learn from you? Do I only get one from you now? What? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Some places can get pretty dangerous at night, so watch your back. I'm more familiar with the city than you, so feel free to ask me anything.
Stay there. That reminds me.
Was request to work on anything? No. Like I said, I'm gonna save that dungeon until I my next ally.
What is it? God, I
So,
am grateful.
we meet again.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'm still just getting 2 now. Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
18?
Well then.
Oh. Perhaps I should just... Oh! Alright, Stroll, let's talk. I very much like that the game will just straight up tell me, hey, social link ready to go up now. I know some people find that like too handholdy. Personally, for me, I find that perfect. I didn't like having to have a guide up at all times to see if I was being optimal or not. So the game just saying, it's time, you're optimal, you're good to go.
That's terribly unfair.
Stain, what do you think you're doing here? Off with our glory. Your blood on our fair city. Suppose I'm not surprised your ears don't work properly. When did all those undesirables creep into our streets? Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me, so I'm a bit of a bind. This regards Lord Hadrin, the Lord Emperor in Grand Trad, my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumor says he's clever and on the good way. I'm lost about how to approach him. I'll go with you.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Just having you by my side would be reassuring. He's a devout sanctitous, so we should look for him near the Grand Cathedral. I was told Lord Hadrin comes here often. Right on cue. Oh, it's the angel guys. No mistaken, you're young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hard. How do you know me? In the area, someone in the kingdom hasn't heard of at least rumors of Holly's tragedy. Perhaps you come to reflect and pray. No, I'm going to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may be unreasonable, but...
Truth is,
I've come here to beg the use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen have fled Hylia and reside here, sleeping on the streets. Without roofs over their heads, they barely scrape by, and so I implore you, please consider offering your support to these fine people. Are you implying I should do this as some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they still have your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? Oh my god. They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for the lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Oh my god. Should they not hold themselves to higher standards? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Look, I'm not saying people shouldn't work and put the time in, that people shouldn't get free handouts. However, when life literally kicks you down and keeps kicking you, and then someone who never had to go through the struggles you went through then goes, well, I don't see why they can't just pull themselves up with their bootstraps. It's the most fucking frustrating thing ever. Consider restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask you for aid. What about your people?
What?
obviously.
Don't worry, I won't abandon my people. Incidentally, I didn't know your compatriot from somewhere. You wouldn't need to worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. Before I go, I would have you know that those refugees are my people. And no matter how your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I've come across rather harshly, but it's not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left into the harsh truth of the royal capital too young. It's a pity.
Hang on.
You chose your words more carefully.
Stop.
Let's let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet. Abandoned by his parents? Fuck off!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Rengriff. I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydran to offer assistance. There's always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility, and that I couldn't abide. Please don't apologize. That you went to such efforts is more than we could ask. Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Halitanius must rise again from the ruin of human rots. Restore it to its former glory, and I should hope to greater heights still. I've heard you've been living off the generosity of the noble families you respected your lord's parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should...
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, did you say inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I didn't recall any mention of it. So you're unaware of it. I expected as much given your conversation the other day. Your father would keep it separate from the estate. Of this, I have no doubt, though I couldn't begin to say how and where.
Taking that into account.
Interesting. Were there any clues left? I'm sure they would all point to Hylia. Let's go investigate then.
Well then.
Sounds like investigation's in order.
Yeah.
Perhaps, though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey, so.
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own. Alright, I'm not to burden you with a wild goose chase. No, we do this together, fam. We roll deep! But I seriously doubt you'd find anything in that route.
Thank you.
But listen, thank you for today. I have lost it if you hadn't been there to keep me calm. I've avoided this for too long. It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. But I ask you to help yet again. I'm not sure I could take another step without you at my side. The proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the war's virtues, though thy share bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within has become to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny. Oh, so Knight
Of course I'd like
Warrior
you to come, but
evolved into Swordmaster. Cool. You can now study Swordmaster. Tri-Sigma powers await you. I do hope you'll find the inheritance your parents left you. All they've hoped for was that you could come into your own with a worthy house. I thought he was handing him that crystal for a second that was floating by. They would be so proud of how wise beyond your years you become. Your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I'm not worthy to share mention of my father, but whether the case, I intend to honor their wishes. Pray await my return. Let me once again confirm that I have
now?
that all my requests are
Really? Say
What is it?
Oh, I am grateful. Now, where was I?
Yeah, let me check out this Swordmaster class.
Fascinating.
So you, a new architect, have you? I expected nothing less. Please do not hesitate to inform me when you wish to study it.
Do make yourself at home.
Oh wow, you need to get Warrior all to max rank. Besides multi-target attacks, it also possesses skills to increase basic attack damage to help rely less on MP. Passive. Oh, increases basic attack by 50%. That's nuts. Cool. Okay. Wow, not even like halfway. No, it's like if you want the next class, you better master this
You'll
one.
come again.
God damn. That's fair, I suppose.
God,
So,
I am grateful.
we
What do you think?
Sure.
Now then.
And there's tolerance level 2. Open-minded.
Tolerance.
Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspires to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence which shall spur thee to aid thy people. A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. Hearing all this was intriguing. Time for to head back to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then.
Alright, so... Eloquence, imagination is what I want to raise up next.
All right then.
So, what do they look like? Mouth or head?
All right then.
Phrasing?
What is it?
All right then. What now?
Aha.
Oh,
Oh, this is damn private army. Ridiculous.
Not this way. Oh.
What's it now?
You throw the grand view as much and settled. I heard from a soldier I know of that, apparently. They say folks controlling mysterious magic power to use without igniters. Quite the intriguing tale. That's just a rumor, right? You You'll find no fault in thinking so, young man. In today's world, magic and igniters go hand in hand. When I served, I heard plenty of stories about the Annex War. Granted, igniters at the time were as developed as they are now. I remember one tale about a mage who used real magic, even involved some secret ritual or what have you. I hope to witness it at least once before I died, but it seems slinking around the magic shop's as close as I'll get.
What is it? Ridiculous. You will?
Oi there!
Hey, listen.
Excuse me.
Sure, there you go.
I need a moment of your time.
Gonna be tough.
Yep, let's do
Happy
this.
to hear that.
I may have mentioned it before, but there are others outside of your E-Chronia fundraising like
care.
this. I'm not sure if you'll have the opportunity to meet them, but if the fate would have it, would you hear them out? Sure.
All right.
It's not much, but here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you
Well
hearing me
then.
out.
What should we do?
Say there.
Oh, wrong button again.
What now?
I'll eventually figure out these buttons.
God, I am grateful. What is it?
I went down the wrong alleyway again.
You will?
Oi there!
Hey, listen.
What is it?
Oh, you're not here.
All right then.
I
Let's go.
might as well go get my mag.
Oh.
Ta!
Think now.
No.
Oh. Blimey.
Hello there.
Isn't that? Let's.
Foul.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right then. Let's go.
Imagination.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Never imagined the day I'd meet a real one. Perhaps there's some truth in those stories after all. As a boy.
I wonder.
Sure.
My thanks.
Imagine that, getting to tell a fairy tale to a real fairy. Come, let's find a table at the tavern.
Long ago,
Now, this story goes back to my grandfather's grandfather. Once far, far away, there's a village out on the countryside. There was a cave nearby. The villager prevented anyone from entering. One day, my ancestor, who was just a boy, then decided he had to save for himself.
Come on.
So he defied his elders. Your ancestor sounds like a handful. He runs in the he runs in the family. Ha! Anyway, sure enough, he ventured deep inside and soon became swallowed in darkness, hopelessly lost. A handful or not, he was still just a boy, and his bravery failed him. He sank to his knees in the dark, crying
Nevertheless.
pitifully. But then something bathed in the war light caught his eye as he approached it. The little light spoke to him, saying, "Pipe down, you can't cry in a place like this." He was shocked, but after he got a good look at it, the boy realized it was a fairy, pulsing with light. He was so relieved his tears only magnified. But the fairy couldn't bear it, throwing her arms up and said, "If you want to cry so badly, fine, suit yourself," and just left. Before he knew it, the fairy turned. "Come on, follow me," she said. "I'll show you the way out." You see, she had sensed a dangerous beak deep in the cave, and compassion won the day. She decided to get him safely back to the
Oh,
entrance.
yeah?
Huh, I thought the fairies were kind of cruel at first, but I guess she has a good heart. When they arrived at the cave's mouth, the boy turned and thanked the fairy, but she had already disappeared into thin air. Time marched on, and he grew into an adult. He visited the cave countless times, hoping to find and thank her, but he never saw her again as long as he lived. But would you look at the time? You better pick up this. Oh, yeah. I would very much like to hear the other part of the story
All right.
later.
Well then.
time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well
Stay
then.
there.
What is it?
Yep.
God, I am grateful.
All right then.
Idles Day.
This is done, Private Army.
Oi there.
Hey, listen.
This one. Time to buy that sword.
Hello there.
Golden Eep. Or is it Golden Eep? Whatever. Sorry, I just bought the best weapon he has. It's mine.
Hey, listen.
Wrong
Wow.
button again.
Excuse me. I need a moment.
Gonna be tough.
How to
Honestly,
do
I do
that?
not mind paying the $250 each time because I'm getting a fairy does that a bit every single time. I may have mentioned it before. The others
Okay.
outside.
All right.
Slowly.
Well then. All right then.
Let's go.
Is there any shelter from this? What is it?
Long ago, the world used to have a hell of a lot more amazing magic in it, but once upon a time, it was my job researching the magic. Oh, damn it. How old are you?
Ohhhh!
What do you want to do?
Yes, I would very
My
much like to hear
thanks.
more of the story. Let's see, I believe we left off my answer being unable to find the mysterious fairy to thank her for saving his life. We've hit a bit of a time skip here, so the next part concerns my grandfather. Bear with me. My grandfather was also a mischievous sort, and one day he too ventured into the Forbidden Cave and became hopelessly lost.
Awful.
Wow, really? Mischief really does run in the family. So it does. Anyway, lost in the dark. What should my grandfather find? A fairy, of course. She was beautiful, just as the fairy his grandfather described. He knew right away it was the same fairy. Again, I'm not going to help you this time, said the fairy, rolling her eyes. My grandfather could only blur out like confused what? It was the first time he'd even been to the cave, after all. Then said, don't blame me if you get eaten by the beast. That's when my grandfather realized the fairy was mistaking him for his grandfather. The boy you're thinking of is long gone. I'm his grandson, he said. The fairy considered this for a moment and said, you people die so young. The fairy led the grandfather out the cave like she did his grandfather before. The whole time, he kept his grandfather's regrets in his mind. So before she could vanish, he turned and said to her, thank you for helping my grandfather. If you're wondering if history will repeat, I doubt it. My family had to leave that village when my grandfather grew up. So I'm sure you can appreciate how amusing I found it to find a fairy in Grand Trad. My family's fate seems tied to the fairies. Well, I'm glad your family's got closer with the fairy and meeting you this time. Who knows? Maybe it's really his fate.
All right.
Oh, that's a nice little story.
Well then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
All right. Tomorrow's the dawn of the new day, or dawn of the next section of the game, I should say. New music.
The announcement is soon.
So Faradin's grand announcement is coming tomorrow, is it? What's the proclamation of it's going to be anyway? What if he's going to thank us for what we did to the great... No! I wouldn't hold our breath on that one. Ostensibly, the state army is getting all the credit for taking down the human after all. We shall know soon enough, so there's little point in contemplating it further. So then, let's simply do what we can as we wait for events to unfold. No! He's not gonna give the fact that an elder of all things... Jesus Christ. I'm saying it like I'm racist. The honor of saving the city. The Sanctus Grand announcement is happening tomorrow.
Stay there. Unstinking believable.
God, I am grateful.
Oh, why?
Not this time.
Oi there.
Hey, listen.
That would be quite enough.
Lovely.
Obviously, the army saved the monster in the direction of the Sanctus Forden. That's good. I suppose as long as it's Sanctus Forden, we have nothing to fear.
Quite enough.
Excuse me. You pay. I need a more.
Gonna be tough.
Happy to hear that.
Nothing new to say here, so skip right past it.
All right.
Oh, 3.
Well then. All right then. Let's go.
How old can fairies live then?
But
Did it again.
What now?
Oh,
Close your eyes.
stop that at once.
Hey!
what's this then? You can pick this one over too. Hate to tell you, but he's got nothing worth taking. What the fuck?
You are.
Whatever, never seen hit by this before. Just look at him. Of course he's not alright. I think somebody moves him along during the day, but come night, he always around these parts, moaning like a ghoul. Wasted sympathy trying to look out for these types. Not exactly a rare sight in town. Jesus Christ.
Oh!
How did I wind
What do you
up
want to
here?
do?
My thanks.
Oh wow, just skipped right
All
to
right.
the end. Sure, whatever.
Well then.
It would seem that disaster was averted.
Hey. After I'm done with this game, I'm gonna see what each of like the Doom scenario scenes look like.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me?
If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we?
You know what? I like Batlin. Where he's like, fam, no. I am not a leader type. I'm just here to do my job. Do not elect me. Fuck y'all. This guy's great.
First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent, and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Maria? No, Fabian.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
Maria, where are you?
You're kidding.
Where can we have gone to? Wait, oh no.
Whatever.
Maria, oh, you mean that kid? Yeah, I saw her earlier. Really? Where's she headed? The stairs north of Sunshade Road, you know. The general store? Didn't look to be running an errand, though.
Hey!
General store. We might find someone else who saw her if we head that way.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. What you need?
The army apparently took care of the necromancers everyone was talking about. He should have been judged here. That would have made everyone feel much better. What the fuck, my guy?
Tournament?
Ridiculous.
Okay, so we're the next king. I'm going all or nothing on Luis. It'll just end up being Forden. Sorry, but this would be easy money for me. This ain't been boring pick, eh? I'm looking forward to the results.
Hey, mister!
The next king's gonna punish the bad tribes. You better run away, Elda. They're gonna... Oh my god.
Hey, listen. Sorry, but...
Hello.
Hey!
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone who like that around here? Could that be that half-blood? Oh, so then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa, looking sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral?
You sound like a damn fool, you know that.
I'm out of ideas. Just can't believe it's true.
Mom hasn't come back. Dad said she's went somewhere far away. Asked me who's gonna cook dinner. His dad started crying. Oh.
That's enough now.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I'm in it now.
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let the girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. No, she went inside. You let her pass? Why? The way her eyes look, I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
No.
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Damn.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Late nights.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here.
Why are your
I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions.
Okay, so we know this isn't our world.
Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Arbor's Day.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
So you mean the king spot is literally gonna be a tournament?
Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius's personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy, and the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast of the city. I think that gives us an invention.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait! It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I found out, I'll be good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Fuck it, we ball!
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
Fuck it, we ball! I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Okay, but can I get my fourth, Grievous' journal? So, can I get my, fourth, teammate now? Is it gonna be,
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger?
Yeah,
Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Mm-hmm.
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Just become king, forehead.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
I mean, you're a social link. I'm obviously coming back.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
I want my master healer, whatever it is.
We'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Just become king. Easy.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you not here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
I'm pretty sure that's just the guy that was in the Royal Counselor thing.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is?
Nope.
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that.
Your ears are massive.
Didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Hello, boss
Stuck
fight.
up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
Of
He
course.
was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
Okay, so clearly what Stroll is going for is we just need to get recognition more so than anything. If we don't get the biggest monster head, the fact that people know us as a person taking down this big bad is more than enough.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children.
Oh, he's gotta go.
Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
No.
There's nothing pitiful about it.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Fam, there's nothing wrong with, like, knowing when you're down and out. And there's nothing wrong with being down and out and actively saying, look, I need help to do this. There's nothing wrong with that.
Ah, thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything.
There it is.
Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Martira, the old castle type. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Yep.
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
What in the blazes?
A beat down gauntlet with my dads can't handle much. If I really want to be king, I gotta go big and nab something that'll stand out of the expedition. Oi, oi! What's the whippersnapper like dude doing here? Don't tell me you're actually thinking of pursuing the term to the throne. The audacity of the youth. That's rich. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king? It makes me sick to my stomach. The other country a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Luis dare to. Oh, God.
I can't forgive that.
Too late. All the iconic posting's already taken. Though a bounty need not be person, but if you're the head of some horrific monster like a human, my family name will be known for the... Hold on a moment. Isn't besting a monster actually like a bit more complicated?
True.
If our hero is struggling with the bounty, then I'd say it's a perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides. Make it official.
Really now?
Hello there. Well, one requirement to register with the recruitment center is B from Grand Trad. To the opening ceremony, you have to declare yourself resident. Oceana and Montiera have their own registers. Well, I suppose that keeps it fair. Hey, mind your own business, Zelda. Ooh.
Really now?
What a bunch of idiots. It's almost laughable. They think they have a shot at becoming king. Wow, what a bunch of jokers.
Hey!
I'll go alright. By the way, that or you're just green. Head to Montraria. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
No deadline. 4 stars.
Let's call it.
Well, we got our contract. Let's sit back to the inn for now.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
Where's my 4th ally? We're staying for the tournament tomorrow.
Let's rest.
I'll stay inside and rest today. Alright. So, we've decided if we can't kill Luis because he's protected by a king, we'll just become king to nullify his blessing. Easy! Oh, we're fucks. Either way, I want everyone out there to have a good morning, evening, day, or night, wherever you're at. But for right now, I am out. Later.